What if I told you that your future, your success, your happiness, your peace of mind all depends on a single thing? A force so simple yet so powerful that without it, you will forever be chasing after success, never quite reaching it. That force is discipline. You don't have to look far to see the truth. Success is never accidental. You don't just wake up one day and find yourself at the top of the mountain without a single step to get there. No, success is earned. It is the result of small, consistent actions taken day after day. It's earned by the discipline you demonstrate when no one is watching. Think about the world around you. Every success story you admire, every person you look up to, every achievement that inspires you, it was built on the foundation of discipline. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without it, you're left with nothing but empty promises and unfulfilled potential. Now, let me ask you this. What is your vision for your life? What do you want to create? The life you dream about, the goals you long for, they are within your reach. But they're not handed to you on a silver platter. They're earned. And discipline is the price you must pay for your dreams. Discipline is the difference between wishing and doing. Wishing for success is easy. We all wish for things: a better job, more wealth, more time, freedom. But wishing won't get you there. It's discipline that turns your wishes into reality. Discipline is the action you take when others are sleeping. It's the hard work you put in when motivation fades and the world around you is distracted. It's waking up early when you'd rather stay in bed and staying late when others have clocked out. If you don't have discipline, you don't have results. Plain and simple. Without discipline, there is no growth. There are no breakthroughs, no transformation. There is only the same routine, the same cycle, the same excuses. Discipline is the foundation of progress. Discipline is a habit. And just like any habit, it takes time to build. But once it's in place, it becomes your greatest asset. It doesn't rely on motivation. It doesn't depend on how you feel in the moment. Discipline is about doing what you need to do even when you don't want to do it. And here's the truth. If you can't master yourself, you'll never master anything else. Self-mastery is the most powerful form of success you can achieve. Without discipline, you can have all the talent in the world, all the resources, all the opportunities, and it won't matter. You will never be able to realize your full potential. Discipline is the muscle of success. Think about it this way. Your discipline is the muscle you use to lift the weight of your goals. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. The stronger it gets, the more weight you can carry. And as you continue to strengthen your discipline, your goals get closer, your dreams get bigger, and your results become undeniable. Without discipline, your potential is like an engine without fuel. It's there, it's powerful, but it's not going anywhere. You can have all the passion, all the talent, and all the vision in the world, but without discipline, it's like having a Ferrari with no gas in the tank. Discipline is the heartbeat of success. Think of discipline as your heartbeat. Without it, nothing happens. It drives the rhythm of your life. It gives you the energy and consistency needed to move forward. Discipline keeps you focused on the bigger picture, even when the small tasks seem trivial. It helps you keep your eyes on the prize and reminds you that every small step counts. But here's the thing. Discipline isn't just about doing the big things. It's about the small decisions you make every single day. It's about choosing to stay consistent when the road is hard, when you're tired, and when the world offers easier paths. No discipline, no results. It's a law of nature. You can't escape it. You can't shortcut it. The results you see in your life right now are a direct reflection of your discipline. Whether it's your health, your relationships, your career, or your finances, the discipline you apply in these areas will determine the level of success you achieve. Now, let's talk about mindset. Mindset and discipline go hand in hand. Your mindset determines your level of discipline. If you believe you can't succeed, you won't have the discipline to take the necessary actions. If you believe you're not worthy of success, you'll let excuses stop you from putting in the work. But if you believe in your vision, and if you have the discipline to back it up, nothing can stop you. A successful mindset is one that says, I can do this. I will do this. And no matter how hard it gets, I will continue to push forward. Your mindset is the fuel, and discipline is the engine. When they work together, they create unstoppable momentum. Clarity and discipline are the keys to your success. What are you striving for? What do you want to achieve in your life? Clarity is your map, and discipline is the vehicle that gets you there. Without clarity, you have no idea where you're going. And without discipline, you'll never get there. Clarity gives you direction. It shows you the path, the destination, and the way forward. But discipline is what makes that journey possible. You need both to succeed. Clarity gives you the vision. Discipline gives you the ability to make that vision a reality. If you lack clarity, your discipline will be misdirected. You might be putting in effort, but if you don't know where you're going, you're just spinning your wheels. If you lack discipline, your vision will remain a dream. Without both, you'll never achieve true success. It's time to develop the discipline you need. Discipline isn't something you're born with. It's developed, cultivated, and strengthened over time. It's something that you build little by little, day by day. You can start today, right now. It doesn't matter where you've been or what you've done. What matters is where you're going and what you're willing to do to get there. The road to success is paved by consistent, disciplined action. You are the architect of your future, and the tools are in your hands. Discipline starts small. It starts with the simple things, the small habits you form each day. Do you wake up early? Do you exercise regularly? Do you read and learn daily? Do you invest your time and energy in the things that truly matter? These are the building blocks of discipline. Your future is built on the decisions you make right now. Today is the day to take responsibility for your life and commit to discipline. No more waiting for the perfect moment. No more excuses. Start with one small action, and then another, and another. Discipline is built in these small steps. Discipline is the key to freedom. Freedom isn't the absence of responsibility. It's the ability to control your actions and shape your future. Discipline gives you the power to choose your actions, your habits, and your outcomes. It gives you the freedom to create the life you want, rather than being controlled by circumstances. When you commit to discipline, you free yourself from the chains of procrastination, distractions, and indecision. You create a life that reflects your values, your dreams, and your purpose. So, ask yourself, what is my life worth if I don't have the discipline to follow through? What will my legacy be if I don't commit to taking action every single day? Your results, your success, and your future are all determined by your discipline. Without it, there are no results. So, today, make the decision. Commit to discipline. Commit to the small, consistent actions that will move you closer to your dreams. No excuses. No shortcuts. Every step you take will bring you closer to the life you desire. And when you look back, you'll realize that the discipline you've cultivated was the true key to your success. No discipline, no results. It's as simple as that. Now, go out and make it happen. The life you've always wanted is waiting for you, and the key to unlocking it is in your hands. As you stand on the precipice of change, the question is no longer about whether success is possible. It's about whether you have the discipline to seize it. Success is already within your reach. But the reality is this: you will never claim it without one thing: discipline. Discipline isn't just the path. It's the driving force that propels you forward when the winds of doubt blow in your face. It's the force that pushes you when all you want to do is quit. Discipline forces you to continue when others have already given up. It forces you to rise earlier, to work harder, and to push further. So let's break it down. Discipline is not the enemy. It is not something to fear or dread. It is the key to unlocking your potential and tapping into the greatness that lies dormant within you. You are capable of extraordinary things, but the bridge between where you are and where you want to be is built on discipline. Now, let's address the common misconception that discipline is something reserved for only the highly motivated or the naturally gifted. That's not true. Discipline is available to anyone willing to show up, even on the days when motivation fades. It's the person who shows up when they don't feel like it, when the world is offering every excuse to give up, who wins in the end. Discipline is the fuel that ignites potential. Imagine your goals as a vehicle. If you don't have the discipline to fuel it with consistent, intentional action, it will remain parked. Your potential, your success, your dreams will be dormant like a Ferrari in a garage. But when you make the decision to fuel your potential with the power of discipline, your dreams start moving. Discipline gives you the ability to focus. It channels your energy into what matters most. It prevents you from being swayed by distractions and pulls your attention back to your long-term goals, even when short-term gratification tries to take over. Discipline brings focus to your vision. Think about the world around you. Success is not just about hard work, it's about working hard on the right things, consistently. And that's where discipline plays a critical role. It's about choosing the right actions at the right time and not allowing yourself to be distracted by the noise. Discipline, in the small things, leads to big results. When you're committed to discipline, it's about doing the small things every day that add up over time. It's not about waiting for the perfect time to start. It's about starting now. And as you continue, those small actions, the ones that feel insignificant in the moment, will snowball into massive success. Jim Rohn famously said, "The time to start is now, not tomorrow, not next week, now." Discipline means making that choice now, not when you feel like it, not when everything aligns perfectly, but now. Your success will be measured in the small, consistent actions. It's not enough to simply work hard. You must work hard with purpose. Your effort must be backed by disciplined action, focused on your goals. Without discipline, all the energy in the world is scattered. With discipline, you harness that energy and direct it toward your vision. Discipline is also what allows you to prioritize your time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but it's how we choose to spend them that makes the difference. Discipline means saying no to distractions, to the Netflix binges, the mindless scrolling, the procrastination, and yes to what will move you closer to your goals. It's the ability to delay gratification. This is one of the greatest aspects of discipline, the power to delay short-term gratification for long-term success. Discipline means saying no to the quick pleasures that won't serve your future in favor of the discomfort of growth, the discomfort of hard work, the discomfort of pushing yourself past your limits. Most people want the rewards without the work. They want to be wealthy, but they don't want to put in the hours to build a business. They want success, but they're unwilling to make the sacrifices that come with it. That's where discipline separates the winners from the dreamers. Winners understand that there's a price to pay for greatness, and they are willing to pay it day in and day out. The discipline to persist when it's tough. Your ability to persist when things aren't going well is perhaps the most important measure of your discipline. When things get difficult, discipline is what pushes you forward. It's the steady, unwavering commitment to your goals, even when you feel like quitting, that leads to ultimate success. Life is filled with moments of doubt and difficulty. You will face obstacles that make you question whether it's worth it. But discipline is what keeps you going when everyone else is quitting. It's what ensures you show up, even when you're tired, when you're uncertain, when the world tells you to give up. Resilience is born from discipline. Discipline creates resilience. It teaches you that setbacks aren't failures, they're part of the process. Every time you get knocked down, discipline is what gets you back up. Every time you face an obstacle, it's discipline that allows you to keep pushing forward. Without discipline, resilience doesn't exist. And it's not just about pushing through pain. It's about learning from the experience, evolving from it, and coming back stronger than before. Discipline ensures that failure doesn't stop you. It teaches you that failure is just a lesson, not the end of the journey. Discipline means becoming the person you need to be. When you commit to discipline, you are not just achieving goals, you are transforming yourself. Success isn't just about doing things. It's about becoming the person who can do those things, the person who can handle success with grace and resilience, the person who can inspire others to rise alongside them. Your legacy will be built on the person you become. It's built on the disciplines you establish today, the habits you form, the decisions you make, and the sacrifices you're willing to endure. Your discipline shapes who you are, and who you are will ultimately define the legacy you leave behind. So, how do you begin? The first step is simple. Commit to discipline. Choose today to become the person you need to be. Start with one small change, one small habit that you can implement every single day. Whether it's waking up earlier, exercising more, reading for 20 minutes a day, or focusing on your priorities, start with something you can consistently do. Discipline isn't about making drastic, unrealistic changes. It's about making small, sustainable changes that compound over time. And as you develop those small disciplines, you'll build momentum. That momentum will carry you through the tougher days and bring you closer to the person you want to become. The next step is simple, but often the hardest. Trust the process. Trust that the work you're putting in today will pay off tomorrow and the next day and the next. Trust that your consistent actions will lead you to your destination. And remember, when you focus on discipline, you start controlling your future. No one else is responsible for your success but you. Discipline is the most empowering tool you can have. So, take control. Start today. Commit to discipline. Commit to the process. And watch your results unfold. Because remember, no discipline, no results. Make it happen. Your future is waiting, and it begins right now. As you stand at the crossroads of change, it's time to face a harsh reality. The future you want, the success you desire, and the life you dream of will not happen by accident. No one is going to hand it to you. No one will wave a magic wand and say, "Here's your dream life." Success is not a gift, it's earned. It's earned through discipline. The kind of discipline that makes you show up even when you're tired, when it's hard, and when you'd rather take the easy road. Discipline is what separates the doers from the dreamers. Dreamers talk about their goals. They fantasize about success, but they don't do the work. Dreamers get distracted by the first sign of discomfort. They chase excitement but avoid responsibility. They wait for motivation to strike, but motivation doesn't show up unless you show up first. Doers, on the other hand, are disciplined. They wake up early and put in the hours. They work when the passion fades. They continue on their path when others stop. They understand that success is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about taking action, even when you don't feel like it. You may have heard the saying, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Without discipline, you'll just keep making excuses, missing opportunities, and finding reasons to quit. With discipline, you will never quit. Discipline is a habit. Success is built on habits. Habits are the actions you repeat every single day, often without thinking about them. Whether those habits are good or bad, they are the foundation of the results you get in life. When you commit to the habit of discipline, you don't just do something once and expect a result. You show up every day. You repeat the necessary actions until they become second nature. But here's the secret to building powerful habits. You don't need perfection. You need consistency. A little bit of consistent effort every day compounds into something massive over time. And when you combine consistency with discipline, you unleash your potential. Imagine if you woke up every day and took just one disciplined step towards your goal, even on the days when you felt tired, uninspired, or unmotivated. One step is all it takes. One step done consistently over time becomes 1,000, and 1,000 steps leads you to a life you once thought impossible. Discipline brings freedom. It might sound counterintuitive, but discipline is the key to freedom. You might think that freedom means doing whatever you want, whenever you want, without constraints. But true freedom comes from mastering yourself, from having the power to control your actions and your time. Discipline gives you the ability to structure your day, to prioritize your goals, and to direct your energy toward what matters most. When you have discipline, you gain control over your future. You stop being at the mercy of distractions, temptations, and bad habits. Discipline makes you unstoppable. In the pursuit of your dreams, obstacles will appear. There will be days when the road gets tough, when it feels like you're not making progress. Without discipline, these challenges will break you. But with discipline, you'll become stronger every time you face adversity. Discipline gives you the power to keep going when the results aren't immediate. It teaches you to embrace the struggle and trust that growth is happening underneath the surface. Discipline doesn't give up when things get hard. It digs in, doubles down, and keeps moving forward. If you want to be unstoppable, discipline is the key. When you combine discipline with perseverance, there is no limit to what you can accomplish. The obstacles that seem insurmountable become small bumps in the road. The failures that once felt like setbacks become stepping stones to your success. You can't fake discipline. Some people try to bypass discipline. They seek shortcuts, hacks, and quick fixes, hoping that success will come without the effort. But the reality is clear. There are no shortcuts. Without discipline, there are no real results. Discipline is the muscle you develop through constant effort. It's earned through repeated action. It cannot be faked, bought, or bypassed. You can try to cheat the system, but eventually, discipline will reveal the truth. If you have it, you'll see results. If you don't, you'll see failure. And the only way to master discipline is by committing to it fully. Commit to doing the hard work, even when it's uncomfortable. Commit to getting up every morning with the intention of progressing. Commit to putting in the time and the energy, even when the world around you is telling you to take it easy. The good news is this. Discipline is a skill you can develop. And just like any other skill, the more you practice it, the better you get. Start small, but start today. It's not about making huge leaps right away. It's about creating small wins that stack up over time. Be disciplined in your thinking. Discipline begins with your thoughts. Your mindset shapes your actions, and your actions create your results. If you want to build discipline, start with your mindset. What are the thoughts you entertain daily? Are they focused on your goals? Are they aligned with your vision for the future? Or are they filled with self-doubt, procrastination, and excuses? To develop discipline, you must control your thoughts first. You must decide that no matter what, you will stay committed to your vision. Discipline starts in your mind, the choice to think in ways that support your goals, your future, and your potential. When you discipline your mind to focus on what matters, the rest will follow. Your actions, your choices, and your habits will align with your mindset, creating the results you desire. Discipline means showing up, even when no one is watching. It's easy to put in the effort when others are watching, when the stakes are high, when the rewards are visible. But true discipline is about what you do when no one is there to cheer you on. It's the silent moments when you wake up early to do the work, when you practice on your own, when you push through the pain and discomfort with no applause that build the foundation of true success. This is where true character is formed. Discipline, in the unseen moments, creates the strength and resilience that will carry you to your goals. It's the quiet persistence, the constant effort, and the willingness to keep going when no one is watching that leads to the greatest results. You are the product of your discipline. If you want to change your life, start by changing your habits. Your discipline is what determines your results. It's what shapes your future. If you want to live a life that's full of success, fulfillment, and growth, you must develop the discipline to do the work day in and day out. Success is not about the big breaks. It's not about waiting for the perfect opportunity to show up. Success is about making the most of what you have right now, committing to the process, and trusting that every small step will lead you toward your ultimate vision. Discipline is the key to unlocking your potential. With discipline, there are no limits, no barriers, no excuses. You have everything you need to succeed. You just need to commit to the daily actions that will get you there. The power to change your life is in your hands, and it starts with your discipline. So, ask yourself, what will you do today to start building the discipline that will create the results you desire? Because the truth is, without discipline, there are no results. But with discipline, there's nothing stopping you from reaching your highest potential. The time to begin is now. Make it happen. Imagine standing at the edge of everything you've ever wanted, a life filled with purpose, achievement, and success. But then there's a gap between where you are and where you want to be. That gap is built by discipline. It's the space between the dream and the reality. The challenge is, without discipline, that gap will remain, and the dream will never cross into the realm of real life. You've heard the term, the price of success is hard work, and it couldn't be truer. Hard work, yes. But more than that, it's the willingness to keep working hard when things get tough, when distractions arise, and when the temptation to quit feels overwhelming. That's where discipline comes in. It's the driving force that keeps you pushing forward when your motivation wanes, when the world seems to be against you, and when every ounce of you says, give up. But here's the truth. Discipline is what makes the difference between those who succeed and those who fail. The road to greatness is paved with commitment, and discipline is the vehicle that drives you down that road. No one has ever reached true success without discipline. Think about anyone you admire, whether it's a successful entrepreneur, an artist, a leader, or an athlete. They all have one thing in common: discipline. It doesn't matter what field they're in, what struggles they've faced, or what challenges they've overcome. It's the discipline they've shown day after day that has allowed them to reach the heights they've achieved. Discipline allows them to see past immediate rewards and focus on the long-term vision. It gives them the strength to say no to short-term pleasures and yes to hard work, sacrifice, and consistency. Whether it's early mornings, long hours, setbacks, or failures, discipline is the unwavering force that propels them forward. And here's something you need to realize. It's not just about hard work. It's about smart, focused effort. Discipline ensures that your efforts are not scattered, unfocused, or wasted. It channels your energy into what truly matters. Without discipline, you might be busy, but you won't be productive. Discipline allows you to take all that energy and direct it toward your goals. It gives you the power to stay on track, even when distractions try to pull you in a million different directions. Discipline focuses your mind, your heart, and your actions. Discipline doesn't take a day off. In a world that constantly tells us to rest, to relax, to take it easy, discipline says, push through the discomfort. Take the next step. Keep going. Discipline doesn't let you take days off from progress. While others might sit back and wait for motivation, discipline has you show up every day, doing the work even when you don't feel like it. Think of all the dreams, all the possibilities that would have remained out of reach if those who came before you had taken days off when it got tough. Would they have created the businesses, the breakthroughs, the innovations if they had waited for motivation to strike? No. They showed up every single day, even when it felt like the world was holding them back. Discipline doesn't allow room for excuses. Excuses are the enemy of progress. They're the easy way out, the reasons you give yourself to delay action, to stay comfortable, and to avoid responsibility. But discipline doesn't make room for excuses. It tells you that you have what it takes, that you are capable, worthy, and able to do what needs to be done. Excuses are what keep you stuck. They convince you to settle, to stay where you are. Discipline pushes you past them, past the comfort zone, past the doubts, and into action. You see, when discipline enters the picture, excuses fade into the background. Discipline doesn't let you off the hook. It keeps you on task, focused, and moving forward no matter how hard it gets. Discipline is built by saying yes to the right things. As much as discipline is about saying no to distractions and excuses, it's also about saying yes to the things that move you forward. It's about saying yes to your growth, your potential, and your future. Yes to the discomfort of growth. Yes to the long hours. Yes to the hard conversations. Yes to doing the things others won't do. Every time you say yes to the right actions, you are saying yes to your success. Your yes is a commitment to yourself. It's a commitment to the person you're becoming and the legacy you're building. Discipline makes the yes easier. It solidifies your commitment to your goals, and each yes becomes an act of power, of purpose, and of direction. The foundation of discipline is in your beliefs. It all starts with belief. The moment you believe in your potential, the moment you believe that you can achieve your goals, discipline becomes the tool that helps you get there. If you don't believe in your own worth, your ability to achieve, or your capacity to grow, then discipline won't hold any power. But when you truly believe in your vision, when you believe in your capacity to do the work, discipline becomes the bridge that gets you across the gap between where you are and where you want to be. The stronger your belief, the stronger your discipline will be. When you have faith in your purpose, in your ability to achieve, discipline becomes a non-negotiable. Discipline is the master key to unlocking success. Success doesn't come in one giant leap. It's not about waiting for the one big moment when everything falls into place. Success is the accumulation of small, deliberate, disciplined actions over time. Every time you choose to put in the work, to make the right decisions, to keep moving forward, even when it feels like nothing is changing, you are building your success. Every small effort compounds into something massive. Jim Rohn put it perfectly. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. These simple disciplines, these small decisions, become the foundation of the life you want to live. No matter how big your dreams are, they are built on the foundation of daily discipline. Master discipline, and you will master your life. There's a reason why discipline is often called the master key to success. Discipline is the key that unlocks the door to everything you want. It unlocks your potential, your capacity for growth, and your ability to achieve greatness. So, ask yourself, what would your life look like if you mastered discipline? What if every day was another step forward, another action taken in the direction of your dreams? It's time to embrace discipline, to make it your ally, to trust in the process, and to recognize that your future is determined by your actions today. The results you want, the success you seek, the life you dream about, it all starts with your discipline. The time for excuses is past. The time for action is now. No discipline, no results. With discipline, there is nothing stopping you from achieving greatness. Now is the time. Embrace discipline. Make it your guiding force. The life you've always wanted is waiting for you, and discipline is the key that will unlock it. Go out and create the results you desire. As you stand on the precipice of this transformation, it's crucial to understand that discipline isn't a punishment, it's a privilege. The greatest minds, the most successful individuals, the most fulfilled and accomplished people throughout history all shared one thing in common. They mastered discipline. And it was not just their ability to take action, but to take consistent action day in and day out. Without discipline, the greatest plans will remain mere ideas. The most potent dreams will remain fantasies, and the deepest potential will stay buried in the soil of what could have been. Discipline makes the difference between wishful thinking and actual achievement. Think about your goals for a moment. Whether they involve your career, personal growth, financial freedom, health, or relationships, every one of them requires discipline to bring them to life. And without discipline, you simply cannot achieve them. So, let's stop pretending. Discipline is not an option if you want to see real results in your life. It's a requirement. The truth is, success doesn't care how you feel, what you've been through, or how hard you think your situation is. Success only responds to consistent, disciplined action. That's the secret no one tells you. The ones who make it aren't necessarily the ones with the most talent or the easiest path. They're the ones who show up every day, relentlessly pursuing their dreams despite the challenges. Discipline is what makes you a master of your own life. Life will try to throw everything at you, distractions, obstacles, doubts, setbacks. But when you have the discipline to stay focused on what matters most, nothing can stop you. The reality is you are the only one in control of your destiny. No one else is going to do the work for you, and no one else is responsible for the results you get. You are the architect of your own success. But the tools of creation, the hammer, the chisel, the blueprint, all come through discipline. You don't need motivation to succeed, you need discipline. Motivation comes and goes. It's a fleeting feeling that can disappear in an instant. But discipline doesn't rely on feelings. Discipline is a commitment you make to yourself, regardless of whether you feel like doing the work or not. It's about showing up when you'd rather sit down, about persevering when you want to quit, about continuing when the finish line feels far away. There's no shortcut to success, only discipline. Success is not a fast track. It's not a lottery win, a quick hustle, or an easy shortcut. Success is earned through deliberate, focused action. It's earned through those early mornings when everyone else is still asleep, through those late nights when others are winding down, through those days when the world tells you to give up, and you choose to push forward. Discipline means you commit to doing what others won't. It's not about the easy wins, but about the tough battles. Those who succeed are those who are willing to endure discomfort, face challenges, and keep going, regardless of how hard the path becomes. You see, the results you want are already available to you, but the reason you haven't reached them yet is because discipline is the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Your results are a direct reflection of your level of discipline. If you're not getting the results you want in life, take a long, hard look at your discipline. Are you truly applying yourself? Are you staying committed to your goals even when the excitement fades? Are you putting in the work, even on days when your energy is low? Discipline doesn't let you make excuses. It's about taking responsibility for your own success, day in and day out. No excuses, no compromises. Here's the thing. Discipline doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be consistent. The small actions, done consistently day after day, accumulate over time and create exponential results. And it's those actions that build your foundation for long-term success. Discipline helps you keep moving forward. The world will try to knock you off course. Life will throw curveballs, and there will be moments when you want to quit. That's when discipline is most powerful. It doesn't let you stop. It doesn't let you quit. Discipline pulls you back to your goals when everything else tries to pull you away. The people who succeed are the ones who develop the habit of continuing when others stop. They develop the mindset that quitting is never an option. They stay disciplined even when they're faced with failure, even when the results don't come as quickly as they'd like, and even when it feels like the world is falling apart around them. Discipline is your most loyal companion. No one can be there for you 24/7, but discipline will. Discipline will always be there to remind you of your commitment to success. It doesn't judge, it doesn't waver, and it doesn't care if you're tired, discouraged, or uncertain. Discipline is the rock-solid partner you need on this journey. When everyone else gives in to the distractions and the temptations, discipline stays focused. When others take a shortcut or find an excuse, discipline stays on the path. And as a result, discipline will take you further than any amount of motivation or short-term enthusiasm ever could. Discipline teaches you to master yourself. At the core of all success is self-mastery. The more disciplined you are, the more control you have over your thoughts, your habits, and your future. Discipline helps you rise above your impulses, your emotions, and your fears. It teaches you to act in the service of your goals, not your temporary desires. Imagine having the power to control your actions, to do what needs to be done, no matter how difficult, no matter how challenging. That is the power of discipline. And that power, when applied consistently, will give you everything you desire. Success is built through discipline, not chance. You may wish for success, dream about success, and even visualize success. But without discipline, your dreams will remain just that, dreams. It's discipline that takes those dreams and turns them into reality. Discipline turns a wish into a plan, a goal into a result, and potential into performance. The truth is simple. Without discipline, there are no results. There is no way around it. If you want to achieve greatness, you must build the habit of discipline. And the beautiful thing is, it's never too late to start. Start with one thing, one habit, one action, one commitment. And over time, that one small change will build into something remarkable. It may not be easy, and it may not happen overnight, but the results will come. Discipline gives you the power to create the life you desire. So, as you move forward, understand this. Your life will not change until your discipline does. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of your discipline. Your success is there, waiting for you to claim it. But it will only be yours if you commit to doing the work, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how long it takes. Discipline is not a burden. It's a gift. It's the gift that will give you everything you've ever dreamed of and more. Discipline is the key to unlocking the life you were meant to live. Now, it's time to make the choice. No discipline, no results. Or, with discipline, there are no limits. The choice is yours. Now, go out and make it happen. The world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. As you stand on the edge of your potential, the truth becomes undeniable. There is no magic formula, no easy way out, no shortcuts. Success, true success, is forged in the fires of discipline. It's not the easy path or the path of least resistance that leads to greatness. It's the road less traveled, the one paved with sacrifices, challenges, and the quiet, consistent commitment to the work that needs to be done. Discipline is the blueprint for your future. Every time you choose to act, every time you decide to show up, you're laying another brick in the foundation of your legacy. And yes, those bricks may seem small in the moment. They may not feel significant. But the cumulative effect of small actions taken every single day over months and years is what builds the extraordinary life you're after. Success is not a single event. It's a series of disciplined actions repeated consistently. Every small choice you make adds up. The results you have right now are a direct reflection of your past discipline. If you want different results, if you want more, you must choose more discipline in your actions. The key to unlocking a life of significance is simple. Discipline in your daily habits, in your mindset, and in your actions. It's not a once-in-a-while decision. It's a commitment to live with intention every day. That's how you build a legacy that lasts. Every moment is a new opportunity for discipline. You may not feel motivated every day. You may not always want to push through when it's hard. But discipline means doing it anyway. It's easy to take the day off, to give in to the excuses, to fall prey to procrastination. But in those moments, you must remember, your future is built on today's decisions. The person you are becoming is shaped by the choices you make when it's hardest. Discipline is what keeps you going, even when the world is telling you to stop. It's the secret that will push you past the barriers, the fears, and the doubts that try to hold you back. There will always be a reason to put things off, to delay the work. But when you make discipline your ally, you choose to act in the face of fear, doubt, and discomfort. You choose to push through, to rise above, and in doing so, you transform your life. The discipline to start. The hardest part of any journey is getting started. We all know the feeling, that initial hesitation, the resistance to change. But here's the truth. Discipline begins with the decision to take that first step. It's in the commitment to start, even when you don't know how the journey will unfold. No one who has ever achieved greatness did so without the courage to begin, to face the uncertainty, and to move forward, one step at a time. Starting requires discipline. It requires the belief that your actions today, no matter how small, will lead to something bigger tomorrow. Discipline builds momentum. Momentum is a powerful force. Once you begin to build discipline, it creates a snowball effect. Every action you take, every day you show up, begins to add up. You create momentum in your life, and that momentum propels you toward your goals. But it's not just the results you see immediately that matter. It's the consistency of your discipline that compounds over time. The more you stay disciplined, the more momentum you create, and the closer you get to realizing your dreams. Discipline creates the force that moves you forward, even when the path gets tough. And momentum is a gift. Once it starts, it can carry you through even the most challenging times. When discipline builds momentum, it becomes easier to keep going because you've created a system of success. Discipline compounds over time, and it's that compound effect that turns small actions into monumental achievements. Discipline means taking responsibility. Here's the key. If you want to create lasting results in your life, you must take responsibility for your actions. There is no one else to blame. No one else can do the work for you. No one else can make the tough decisions. Your results are 100% in your hands. When you take responsibility, you take control of your future. You stop waiting for someone to give you permission, to tell you what to do, or to give you a shortcut. You become the master of your destiny. And that responsibility is empowering because it gives you the power to shape your life. Discipline gives you the power to change. One of the greatest gifts discipline offers is the ability to change. If you don't like where you are, if you're not happy with your results, if you want more out of life, discipline is the tool that will get you there. It is the tool that will change your habits, your mindset, and your circumstances. The change you desire begins with disciplined action. Whether it's getting out of debt, getting in shape, or building a business, discipline is the constant force that will drive the change. It forces you to focus on what matters and eliminates distractions. When you apply discipline to your life, you take control of your transformation. You decide who you want to become, and then you put in the work to make it happen. Discipline makes change possible. It gives you the power to create the life you've always dreamed of. Discipline means mastery. Discipline is the key to mastery. You cannot master anything without discipline. It's the small, disciplined actions done consistently over time that make you an expert in any field. Whether it's mastering a skill, a craft, or your own self-mastery, discipline is what builds that expertise. No one becomes an expert by accident. It's the disciplined effort showing up every day, practicing relentlessly, and refining your skills that turns you into a master. Discipline is a choice. At the end of the day, discipline is simply a choice. It's the decision to take action when you don't feel like it, to stay committed when things get tough, and to keep moving forward even when the world tells you to quit. It's about choosing to put in the work every day, even when you don't see immediate results. The choice is yours. You can choose discipline or you can choose excuses. You can choose to take responsibility for your future or you can keep waiting for the right moment, which will never come. Discipline is the key to your success. Success is available to you right now in this moment. It's waiting for you to make the choice to commit to it with discipline. Everything you need is already within you. But the question remains, will you show up for yourself? Will you choose discipline over distractions, action over excuses, progress over procrastination? No discipline, no results. It's a simple truth. The life you want is waiting for you, and the only thing standing between where you are now and where you want to be is discipline. So, step into it. Step into your discipline. Step into your future, because the results are waiting for you on the other side. Now go out there and make it happen. Your destiny is yours to claim, and it starts with the disciplined actions you take today. As you continue on this path, the next essential realization is this. Discipline is not just about what you do. It's about who you become. You see, as you consistently practice discipline, you are reshaping your identity. You are no longer just someone who has ambitions or desires. You are becoming the person who takes the necessary actions to achieve those ambitions. You're building a new identity, one rooted in commitment, resilience, and excellence. Discipline molds you into someone who sees the world through a lens of possibility rather than limitation. It shifts your mindset from one of I can't to I will. And when you say I will, the world starts to move in your favor. But that shift doesn't happen overnight. It takes consistent effort, an unwavering focus, and the willingness to make small sacrifices for the sake of the bigger picture. Let's talk about the power of repetition. Repetition is the vehicle that drives discipline. The more you repeat a behavior, the more ingrained it becomes. Over time, those disciplined actions that once seemed difficult or unnatural become second nature. Repetition is the silent architect of your success. What once felt like a chore becomes a routine. And before you know it, you don't have to think about it anymore, you just do it. Take, for example, a successful athlete. At first, their training feels like a battle. Every rep, every drill, every hour on the field is a test of their endurance. But through repetition, those difficult tasks become part of their muscle memory. They no longer question whether or not to train, they just do it because it's a part of who they are. Your discipline is built on these same principles. At the start, every goal feels far away, every step feels heavy, and every action feels like an obstacle. But over time, you get stronger. You build resilience, you strengthen your willpower, and you create habits that serve your highest goals. Discipline is not about perfection, it's about consistency. When you commit to taking action every day, even when the results are not immediately visible, you are investing in your future self. And your future self will thank you. Discipline empowers you to achieve the extraordinary. Think about the people you admire the most. The ones who have truly made an impact, who have shaped industries, or who have left a lasting legacy. None of them got there by accident. They all faced adversity, they all had doubts, and they all had moments where the journey felt too difficult. But what set them apart was their commitment to discipline. Their discipline turned ordinary actions into extraordinary results. The way they spent their mornings, how they structured their days, the small choices they made every single day, all of that compounded over time to produce monumental outcomes. They didn't wait for the perfect conditions. They didn't wait until everything was easy. They took action in the face of adversity. You have that same potential within you, but it's up to you to unlock it. The key is discipline. Discipline teaches you to think long-term. One of the most powerful aspects of discipline is its ability to shift your thinking from the short term to the long term. In today's world of instant gratification and quick rewards, discipline teaches you the power of delayed gratification. It shows you that the things worth having are the things that require time, effort, and commitment. This mindset shift is crucial for lasting success. You can't expect to achieve monumental success overnight. It doesn't happen that way. What you can expect is that every day, every disciplined action will get you closer to your goal. And while the rewards may not be immediate, they will be worth it when they come. Every small sacrifice you make today is an investment in a future that will yield the results you've been working for. Your legacy is shaped by your daily disciplines. When you think about your legacy, it's easy to get caught up in the grandiose moments, the big events, the milestones, the major achievements. But your legacy is not built on the big moments alone. It's built in the quiet, often unnoticed decisions you make every day. What you choose to focus on today, the work you put in, the habits you form, the way you treat people, and how you spend your time, these are the things that will define your legacy. Discipline is the force that brings those moments into reality. Discipline is a habit that becomes your lifestyle. Success is not a destination, it's a lifestyle. And discipline is the cornerstone of that lifestyle. Once you make discipline a part of who you are, it becomes second nature. It stops being a battle. It becomes the foundation upon which you build your day, your work, and your life. The key to mastering discipline is consistency. It's about showing up every day and doing the work, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is the habit of doing the work, even when the world around you seems chaotic or uncertain. Think of your discipline as your foundation. It holds everything up. And the more consistently you show up for yourself, the more solid that foundation becomes. When your foundation is rock solid, nothing can shake it. Discipline helps you transcend excuses. Excuses are the silent killers of success. They are the stories we tell ourselves to justify why we can't or won't take action. But discipline doesn't allow excuses. It forces you to confront your fears, your doubts, and your insecurities, and to keep going, regardless. You may feel tempted to say, "I'm too tired," or "I don't have time." But discipline makes you take action anyway. It says, do it anyway. It doesn't care about the circumstances. It cares about the commitment. And that commitment is what separates those who succeed from those who fall short. Discipline creates the habits of champions. Look at the champions in any field, from sports to business to art. They didn't become champions by chance. They became champions because of their commitment to doing the hard work day in and day out. The only difference between them and others is discipline. Discipline is what allows you to show up, even when you don't feel like it. It's what pushes you to take action, to keep moving forward, and to never let anything stop you. Discipline makes champions out of ordinary people. It's time to decide. The truth is, you are the sum of your daily choices. The results you see in your life are a direct reflection of your actions, your mindset, and your discipline. If you want more success, more happiness, more fulfillment, it's time to embrace discipline. You don't need motivation to make your dreams a reality. You need discipline. Motivation fades, but discipline remains. And it's discipline that will carry you through even when motivation is nowhere to be found. It all comes down to this: no discipline, no results. You are capable of greatness. You have the potential to achieve everything you've ever dreamed of. But the key to unlocking that potential is discipline. And the time to start is now. No excuses, no shortcuts, no waiting for the perfect moment. Make today the day you commit to discipline. Your future self will thank you. As you step forward into the future, the question is no longer about whether you can succeed. The question is, will you commit to discipline? Every goal you want to achieve, every dream you want to fulfill, every success you want to create, it all hinges on your ability to stay disciplined. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about consistency. Success doesn't require perfection. It requires consistency. Discipline isn't about doing everything right every time. It's about showing up, doing the work, and getting back up when you fail. It's about progress, not perfection. Perfection is a myth. What matters is that you keep going, even when the process isn't easy. Think about a muscle that's not built in a single workout, but by showing up again and again. Discipline is the same. Every effort you make, no matter how small, contributes to building the strength you need to achieve your goals. Progress is the result of consistent effort, and when you pair discipline with perseverance, you can achieve incredible things. The results come when you stop looking for shortcuts and start putting in the work. No excuses, just discipline. Discipline is the muscle of success. Just like any muscle, the more you train it, the stronger it gets. And this muscle isn't just about doing physical work. It's about building habits, creating routines, and staying focused, all of which take practice and discipline. When you develop the discipline to focus on what matters, to eliminate distractions, and to act with intention, success becomes inevitable. It doesn't matter what field you're in, what your goals are, or how long the road may seem. Discipline is what turns potential into performance. The reason so many people fall short of their dreams isn't because they don't have the skills or the talent. It's because they lack discipline. The ability to stay consistent, to persist through difficulty, and to keep moving forward when others quit. That's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. Discipline creates freedom. You might think that discipline limits your freedom, that it confines you to a rigid routine, a life devoid of fun or spontaneity. But discipline actually creates freedom. The more disciplined you are, the more control you have over your life. You decide what you want, and you make it happen. Discipline gives you the freedom to create the life you desire because it removes distractions and keeps you focused on your goals. When you develop self-discipline, you no longer have to chase after fleeting desires or run from one distraction to the next. Discipline enables you to focus on what truly matters, and in doing so, it gives you the freedom to live life on your own terms, without the constant pull of bad habits, negative influences, or unproductive habits. Discipline helps you maintain clarity. In today's world, it's so easy to get distracted, to lose sight of your goals, and to follow paths that lead you nowhere. The constant bombardment of information, noise, and opinions can cloud your judgment and steal your attention. Discipline helps you stay clear-headed and focused. When you commit to a disciplined life, you create space for clarity. You stop allowing distractions to take control of your time and energy. Instead, you consciously choose to focus on the actions that will get you closer to your goals. This clarity of purpose is what allows you to make meaningful progress, even in the face of uncertainty. When you have discipline, you are free to choose where to focus your energy. You no longer waste time on unimportant things because your vision is clear. You become the master of your time. And with that mastery, you are in control of your results. Discipline is the foundation of all lasting change. If you want to change your life, whether that's your health, your finances, your career, or your relationships, discipline is the foundation. Change is not easy, and it will not happen overnight. It takes consistent effort, repeated actions, and unwavering commitment. Discipline is what drives that change. Without discipline, change is a fleeting wish. It stays a thought in your mind, but never materializes into real transformation. Discipline is the key that turns your aspirations into reality. When you implement discipline in your life, you are not simply chasing after goals. You are creating a life of intentional growth. You are consistently improving, learning, and evolving. And that growth, that transformation, becomes your legacy. Discipline is about self-mastery. At its core, discipline is about mastering yourself. It's about having control over your impulses, your desires, your emotions, and your thoughts. The more disciplined you are, the more control you have over your life. Self-mastery is the ultimate form of freedom. When you control yourself, nothing outside of you can control you. No one can take your peace, your focus, or your ability to achieve what you set out to do. Discipline makes you untouchable. It allows you to stay calm when chaos surrounds you. It gives you the strength to say no when distractions arise and to stay true to your purpose, no matter how tempting the easy way might seem. Self-mastery means having the power to choose your responses, your actions, and your mindset. Discipline is the road to mastery. The road to mastery is paved with discipline. Whether you want to master a craft, a business, or yourself, discipline is what gets you there. The road will not be easy, and there will be obstacles along the way. But if you have the discipline to keep going, to learn, to adjust, and to stay committed to your goals, you will achieve mastery. Mastery is not something that happens overnight. It's the result of years of small, consistent actions. Discipline is what keeps you on that path, inching you closer to your goals every single day. The best athletes, artists, entrepreneurs, and leaders, they didn't reach mastery by taking shortcuts or waiting for inspiration. They reached it through unwavering discipline, the kind of discipline that allows them to rise early, train tirelessly, and continue even when their bodies and minds scream for rest. Your mastery is built on your discipline. Now, it's time to take action. If you've learned one thing, let it be this. Discipline is the key to everything you desire. Success, fulfillment, happiness, achievement, it all begins with discipline. It's the foundation of everything you want, and the tool that turns potential into reality. The results you want are already within your grasp. They are waiting for you, but you have to make the decision to show up every day with focus, commitment, and discipline. You have to take ownership of your future. No one can do it for you. The choice is yours. Discipline or distractions. Results or excuses. The path is clear. Discipline is the key that unlocks every door you want to open. So go ahead. Choose discipline. Build your future and create the life you deserve. Because no discipline, no results. And with discipline, there are no limits to what you can achieve. As you continue to commit to the path of discipline, it's important to understand that discipline is not just about what you do, it's about what you become. It's about shaping your identity, creating the person you need to be in order to achieve the extraordinary things that are waiting for you. When you embrace discipline, you stop being controlled by external forces. You no longer wait for motivation to show up. You create it yourself through consistent action. This is the moment when you realize discipline is not a burden. It's your greatest ally. You see, when you learn to discipline yourself, you no longer feel as though life is happening to you. You take control of your actions, your time, and your destiny. Your life shifts from being reactive to proactive. You begin to steer the ship of your own journey, regardless of the storms that may arise. Discipline is the foundation of extraordinary results. Think about the goals you've set in your life. What would happen if you committed to those goals with unwavering discipline? What if, instead of waiting for the perfect circumstances, you decided to act in spite of the obstacles, in spite of the doubts, and in spite of the distractions? Success isn't about the amount of effort you put in during short bursts of inspiration. It's about the constant daily effort. It's the persistence you show, even when motivation wanes. Discipline keeps you on track. It ensures that you continue to work toward your goals, regardless of whether you're feeling inspired or not. And this is the truth. You are never going to feel 100% motivated all the time. The secret to success is not in waiting for motivation. It's in choosing to act, regardless of your feelings. Motivation may be fleeting, but discipline is steady. It is what will push you through the tough days, the days when you're not feeling up to the task, and the days when everything inside you wants to quit. Discipline is the creator of momentum. Every great success story is rooted in momentum. And momentum is the result of small, consistent actions over time. When you commit to discipline, you begin to build momentum. And momentum moves you forward faster than you can imagine. It's like pushing a boulder up a hill at first. It's hard. The effort feels enormous, and the progress feels slow. But once you get the boulder rolling, it takes less effort to keep it moving. The same applies to your life. The more you commit to your goals with discipline, the easier it becomes to stay on course, to keep moving forward, and to reach new heights of success. Discipline unlocks the door to consistent improvement. No one becomes great overnight. Greatness is the result of constant incremental improvements. Every small step you take toward your goals builds the momentum that leads to mastery. Discipline is what keeps you on the path of constant growth. When you commit to discipline, you commit to improving, not just in your career or your health, but in all aspects of your life. Discipline teaches you to refine your skills, to get better at your craft, and to continue evolving as a person. Your future success is built on the small actions you take every day, the daily commitment to growth and improvement. And discipline is the vehicle that drives you forward, ensuring that you make progress, even when the process feels slow. The cost of discipline is worth the reward. When you look at someone who's successful, someone who has built the life they've always dreamed of, you may think they have something you don't, but the truth is they've paid the same price you must pay. The price of success is discipline. It's the cost of pushing through discomfort, of making sacrifices today for the rewards tomorrow. But here's the key. That price is worth it. The rewards that come from consistent discipline, a life of purpose, success, and fulfillment, are far more valuable than the fleeting comfort you might seek by avoiding the work. The price you pay for discipline is nothing compared to the return it gives you. Discipline doesn't just bring success. It brings growth, self-mastery, confidence, and peace. It gives you the power to create the life you want and the tools to face any challenge that comes your way. Discipline becomes your identity. At first, discipline may feel like an external force. It may feel like something you need to force yourself to do. But over time, something incredible happens. Discipline becomes who you are. It starts with a decision. It starts with a commitment. And then, over time, as you consistently make disciplined choices, discipline becomes part of your identity. You don't have to think about it anymore. It's automatic. You don't have to convince yourself to act. You simply do. You become a person of discipline. And when you do, you become a person who achieves. You become the person who doesn't need motivation to get started because discipline has already become a part of your DNA. Discipline builds trust in yourself. Every time you choose discipline over distractions, every time you show up for yourself, you build trust with yourself. Trust is the foundation of confidence. The more you trust yourself to take disciplined action, the more confident you become in your ability to achieve anything you set your mind to. Trust in yourself is the ultimate foundation for success. When you trust that you can take disciplined action, even when it's hard, you begin to trust that you will succeed because you know you will follow through. When you follow through on your commitments, your trust in yourself deepens. And when you have trust in yourself, you unlock an unstoppable force. The most powerful discipline is mental discipline. Mental discipline is the art of controlling your thoughts, emotions, and impulses. It's the ability to stay focused, even in the face of temptation, adversity, or fear. Mental discipline gives you the ability to focus on your goals, to block out distractions, and to keep moving forward when your mind tells you to quit. The ability to control your thoughts and emotions is the ultimate form of self-mastery. It's what allows you to persevere when others falter. When you have mental discipline, you stop being controlled by your emotions. You control your emotions and use them to fuel your efforts. The greatest achievements come from mental discipline. The success stories you admire, the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the visionaries, they didn't get to where they are by following their emotions. They mastered their minds. They disciplined their thoughts, emotions, and actions, and through that discipline, they created extraordinary success. Are you ready to master your discipline? The question now is, are you ready to make the commitment? Are you ready to develop the discipline that will propel you forward past every obstacle and into the life you desire? Are you ready to say no to excuses and yes to your future? Discipline is not a choice, it's the path to everything you want. Without it, there are no results. With it, there are no limits. So make that decision today. The world is waiting for you to step up, to take control, and to build the life you've always dreamed of. The key is in your hands. Discipline is the secret to unlocking everything you desire. Now is your time. Go ahead. Choose discipline and watch your results unfold. No discipline, no results. But with discipline, there are no limits.